In this video, we're going to talk about the distinction between traditional and Roth IRAs and traditional and Roth 401ks. Also, to give you a little bit of insight about when you might choose one over the other. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Very good. Good morning, Tim. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. So there's a question I've been having here in terms of terminology. Firstly, what is the difference between a traditional and a Roth IRA? And I understand the same distinction in a 401k. What's that all about?
The difference between a traditional IRA or 401k and a Roth is simply that a traditional IRA or 401k is the money is put into the retirement account pre-tax. So that money is essentially coming out of your income. You're not paying taxes on it. It's accruing, tax deferred, and you pay taxes on the full amount as you withdraw it after retirement.
Okay.
Whereas with a Roth, you're paying all of the taxes up front, and now it's accruing, and then you're going to be receiving the benefit of that, all of the profits, tax-free upon retirement.
Okay, cool. So just playing that back, traditional means I pay my tax at the far end. Roth means I pay my tax up front.
Correct.
Okay, good. So they both sound good. I mean, it just sounds sort of almost emotional whether I'd want to choose one or the other. But there's probably a real circumstance where this makes sense. When would I choose one over the other? What's your opinion here?
Sure, and it happens to be very true when you say that it is somewhat emotional, because in many cases we find that it really is emotional. Where it would really make actual economic sense to do one versus the other would be, for example, if you're in a certain tax bracket now, and that you think that upon retirement you're going to be in a lower tax bracket, so then obviously you want to pay the taxes at the end. Then you would opt for a traditional IRA. Right,
because my taxes, so to speak, it would be lower when I'm in the lower tax bracket at the other end.
Exactly.
Okay.
If on the other hand, I feel right now I'm in a particularly low tax bracket, for whatever reason, I may have offsetting losses, my income may be a lot lower than usual for whatever reason, and I think that down the road upon retirement I may actually be in a higher bracket, then the Roth makes more sense.
Right, because you'd be paying more later when you were in the higher tax bracket.
Exactly, or it just could be that I have a certain feeling about where tax rates are going in the future. If I think tax rates in the future are going to be higher down the road, then a Roth makes sense now. If I think that tax rates are going to be lower down the road, then certainly a traditional IRA or 401k makes sense.
That reminds me, that sounds to me a little bit like when you're getting, say, a home mortgage, and you try to lock in the rate up front because you're worried that the rates might be going up. That kind of a thing.
That's
so
a
it's
very
that
good
same
analogy.
Sort of thing.
Very similar.
That makes sense. And I'm the kind of guy who I like to get my taxes paid. I just want to get them done.
That's the emotional part
Which is
of it.
the emotional part.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that. That actually makes a lot more sense to me now. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For those who'd like to find out more or even ask questions about their specific situation, please connect with us through the website, broadfinancial.com, or just reach out to our amazing customer care team, and they'll share with you everything that you need to know.